New York's classic rock, Q1043.
I'm Shelley Sonstein, iHeartRadio Q104.3 Radio, New York City. I am here today with a true legend of screen and theater, Julie Taymor. She created The Lion King. The Lion King. I mean, there's been nothing like that on Broadway till Julie Taymor came along. She directed one of my favorite films across the universe, Frida with Salma Hayek. And she's here with me today because she is the producer, the co-writer, and the director of the Glorias, which you can see streaming on Prime Video starting Wednesday, September 30th. And this is all about the Gloria Steinem, and it's based on Gloria's book, My Life on the Road. Before we talk about the movie, I'm speaking to Julie literally hours after the passing of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And so we have to address that. Did you know her? Your thoughts? I mean, I'm just still in a state of shock, even though we all knew she was ill.
Yeah, I didn't know her personally. I, like everyone else, had seen the documentary, had seen the feature film, have seen all of the things that have been on television about her, and just knew how important she was. She is mentioned in our movie for a brief moment, but she was a contemporary of Gloria Steinem. They're 1 year apart. And in an odd way, it feels to me that they are symbiotic as women. They have a style that was similar, that I say was for Ms. Ginsburg, but they're fierce warriors with a quiet power, if you understand. They're not, their strength is in that they listen and that they incorporate what they hear from the women and people around them, and they act. So Gloria and all the women that are in the movie, The Glorias, all the other feminist activists, their voices and the voices of the Black Lives Movement and the voices of everybody out there now and today have to stay loud, and they have to stay peaceful and strong, because it's people like Justice Ginsburg who make the law. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she was part of it, but she listened. She heard what people told her. She was there, as a receiver, and then she made the laws. This is an incredible relationship, but we still have Gloria. We still have Gloria and all the young women and men out there now who are protesting, even during COVID, bravely out there, making phone calls, getting people to vote. We can honor her by, as Gloria will say, do what you think she would do.
And I was just amazed that she kept going till the end. And so I was texting furiously with my 3 adult children when I heard about the passing of RBG. And I was trying to lift them up. And I said, first of all, she passed just as the Jewish New Year was beginning, which I have since learned is actually a blessing to die at the start of the Jewish New Year. I had not known that till somebody Facebooked me. And I said, we really need to remember to live life the way she did, committed till the end, working for her passions till the end, and live our lives accordingly.
Absolutely.
Okay. The Glorias, which is debuting on the 30th on Prime Video, starring the Oscar winners Julianne Moore and Alicia Vikander, but also starring Lorraine Toussaint of Orange is the New Black, right? And playing Bella Abzug, the incredible Bette Midler, who I could not even see as that until I saw her on screen as Bella, and I went, yeah. And Janelle Monáe also stars. I mean, it's just an incredible cast, but it's an incredible project because, first of all, it doesn't sound like it would be. You would think this is a biopic. It's really more than that. It's a women's road trip movie because, as I said, it's based on Gloria Steinem's book, My Life on the Road, and which was set in three different chapters. So you're really telling the story of Gloria Steinem from her youth into her 20s when she took this trip to India that changed her life, and then when she started as a journalist, went undercover as a Playboy bunny, and started Ms. Magazine.
Mhm.
So, how did this all come about, and when did you first know Gloria Steinem?
Oh, I've known her for years because I have a very political mother in Massachusetts who's still alive. She's 99.5, and she was very much a part of democratic politics in Massachusetts and started Women in Politics in many universities programs and wrote a book called Running Against the Wind, which Gloria knows my mom and had read the book. So in my family, my sister's an activist. Politics ran thick. I didn't get involved until this movie, specifically. And I had met Gloria in New York. She'd seen my theater work and loved my film. So I didn't know her deeply until I read the book and started the movie.
You were with her, though, on election day 4 years
Yes.
ago. So
Yeah.
tell us.
That's a good story.
I'm really interested in her reaction on election night, as
Okay. All
well as
right.
yours.
Well, we already knew 5 years ago was when I read the book and committed to making a movie. And I didn't know how to do it right then, but I was going to do it. And we thought Hillary would be the winner. We thought we would be celebrating the first female president, and this movie would be, the way up there. So we were at Samantha Power's apartment at the Waldorf Astoria, the ambassador to the UN at the time, with Madeleine Albright and 40 female ambassadors from all over the world. Everybody was excited. We had documentary footage being shot, and we watched what happened, and the room sank and sagged. And one by one, each ambassador, I got to get back to my husband. He's taking care of the kids. I got to, they all knew that this loss was huge for their country, for women in their country. And the last person in the room besides Samantha was Gloria. And Gloria's attitude at whatever, 1 or 2 in the morning was, well, now we have to look to the upside of the downside. I'm off to the Javits Center. I'm a foul weather friend, and I've got to go over there now. But she always has this incredibly positive, hopeful attitude. That's what keeps her going. She really believes in the power of people to keep it going. If even in this awful time today of losing Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she says, I just heard her say it, well, we have to go on and do what we think Ruth would do. Her attitude is we, as Flo Kennedy says, organize, don't agonize.
I am speaking with Julie Taymor. She created The Lion King on Broadway. She is an acclaimed director, the director of Frida with Selma Hayek, the director of Across the Universe. And the reason Julie is with us today is that she's the producer, the director, and co-screenwriter of The Glorias, which is debuting on the 30th on Prime Video. And it was based on the book written by Gloria Steinem, My Life on the Road. What was the most surprising thing you learned about Gloria Steinem, either knowing her or reading the book or working with her on this film?
I think that the childhood was all a surprise for me. The fact that she never went to school till she was about 12, that her parents traveled, she was always on the road. Her father was this kind of traveling salesman of rinky-tink antiques and a real failure, but the most lovable guy who did magical things and told her that the best education is travel. And then the fact that her mother was an unfulfilled woman. She had been a journalist before being married and gave that up to be a mother, like many women did in the 50s and 60s and still do, where she is an unfulfilled woman. And a lot of this early life of Gloria explained who Gloria is. I found that part of it very exciting, almost like Paper Moon, some of it, you know, the relationship with the father. But then the other part of her life that was so important to me to bring forward in the theater, in the movie theater, was, or on television, was the other women. It was the other women who make the Glorias, which is Janelle Monáe plays Dorothy Pittman Hughes, the activist who actually taught Gloria how to be a speaker. Really, together they were on the speaker system together. And Flo Kennedy, played by Lorraine Toussaint, just a fantastic African-American activist lawyer. And Bella Abzug, played by Bette Midler, as you said, and Dolores Huerta, who was Si Se Puede, who actually was the person who said, yes, we can, and Obama took it from her and has acknowledged that. And these other, Wilma Mankiller. So it's very important that these other women and women of color are seen for what they were, which is that they were really the backbone of the feminist movement at this time and in this time. And that has not been well shown in any film or even documentaries about the movement. And Gloria, I know, is very happy about this. And if it causes anybody to go out and say, well, who is Flo Kennedy? I want to know more, great. So, you know, it's called the Glorias because there are at least 4 of them in the movie, but it's also about all the women and women's lives that create the woman who is Gloria Steinem.
I'm just wondering, Julie Taymor, how did you hold up during this whole pandemic? What were you doing, and how was it? Is it? I mean, because it's certainly not over.
Well, I'm a lucky person because I'm able to work in my home, and I'm in a natural environment. Elliot, my other half, is the composer of the Glorias, and I'm listening to him finish the score so we can get it out in a, not CD, but online. I'm promoting the movie. I finished the teaser and the trailer and the main on end titles, and doing a lot of press. And I'm working on new screenplays and new theater pieces. So unlike other people, I can still work in this kind of downtime. So it's a time to read, to reflect. I've looked at a lot of documentaries on PBS, and I have to say they're extraordinary, the American experience, and then some good TV dramas.
I've been discussing this with everyone that I've been talking to in the entertainment business. What do you see as the future for movies? I mean, right now, a blockbuster cannot open and be a blockbuster. They're talking about the new James Bond movie opening, I think, in November, but look what happened to Tenet. And then you have to wonder, after we've gotten used to seeing movies streaming,
Yeah.
how are the American people going to react to, you know, well, I could stream it or go to the theaters, and will we even have that option? What do you think?
Well, I think that people, as soon as it's safe to go out and go to theaters, go to, you know, live theater like Broadway, or go to movie theaters, I think they will, but it has to be safe. Because I think there is, I saw the Glorias at Sundance, the premiere, with 1,000 people. And I can tell you, it will never feel like that at home. I just encourage everybody to see it with as many generations and as much of your family and safe friends, safe around you, because that's how you want to see a movie like this. And so I think that I do believe that people are going to get antsy-pantsy and get tired of the, you know, the screen and want to go out and be in a theater again. But they've always had that choice. Ever since television started streaming movies, period, you know, you've got the choice to go to a movie theater or not. And I think young people in particular, they want to go out on a date, have a dinner, you know, they will still go, but not for a year. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen that fast.
But do you think that we will that Hollywood will continue offering the option of, okay, we're opening in theaters, but we're also streaming?
Well, again, it has to be safe to open in theaters. And if we can get back to that, the rules may apply again where it opens in a theater for, maybe the window is smaller, but usually it's about 3 months in the theater before it goes streaming. That's what it has been. Right now, we were in drive-in movies, you know, 1 or 2 or 3, and for the Glorias, but now we made the choice to go on Amazon Prime because our movie had to be out a month before the election. It was very important to us. We were supposed to be on the road, Gloria and myself and the actors, in a Greyhound bus, like in our movie, traveling through swing states, showing it to women's groups or other groups, inspiring people to vote, but we made the choice to stream now because we get a wider audience. We didn't want to chance people not going to a movie theater. And also we wanted to be safe. So, I'm working on 2 screenplays and a theater piece. I hope people want to go to, I'm okay if these movies end up on streaming. One of them is huge and it really should be seen on a wide screen. So we will see what happens.
I thank you, Julie Taymor. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.